A very warm welcome to my channel LEARN.COM. Today I am going to take up the poem Silver, written by Walter de la Mare, and the poem talks about the moon observing each and everything and how its moonlight casts upon trees and animals. We can say the poet describes the visible effects of moonlight on countryside during the night. The mood of the poem is calm and peaceful as the poet describes the light of moon falling over on earth from above, making everything look silver in color. So without wasting your time, let's move on to the poem. So let me read out the poem for you first. Slowly, silently, now the moon walks the night in her silver shoe. This way and that she peers and sees silver fruit upon silver trees. One by one the casements catch her beams beneath the silvery thatch. Couched in his kennel like a log, with paws of silver, sleeps the dog. From their shadowy coat the white breasts peep, of doves in silver feathered sleep. A harvest mouse goes scampering by, with silver claws and silver eye, and moveless fish in the water gleam by silver reeds in a silver stream. Let me now explain to you line by line. So to begin with, let's take up the first two lines. Slowly, silently, now the moon walks the night in her silver shoon. So in the first line, we are introduced to moon, which is moving slowly and silently across the sky. And in the second line, the poet says that the moon walks in her silver shoon. Now shoon actually here means shoes. The word shoon here means shoes. So we can say in the opening lines of the poem, the moon is personified as a lady walking gracefully in her silver shoon. In the first line, or in the first two lines, the moon is personified as a lady who is walking gracefully wearing the shoes. This way and that she peers and sees silver fruit upon silver trees. The third line describes the moon peering playfully from the sky in all directions. Now, peer means to see or look upon. And what does she sees? Is silver fruit upon silver trees. Now, why the fruits and trees appear to be silver in color? Because it is the silver light of the moon that makes everything silvery in appearance. So here the poet is saying that the moon is peering playfully, looking playfully at each and everything on the earth. And as the moonlight falls on everything, as a result, each and everything appear to be silvery in color. That is why the poet says, silver fruit upon silver trees. The fruits are silver in color, the trees are silver in color because of the silvery light falling upon them. So everything appears to be silver in color. One by one the casements catch her beams beneath the silvery thatch. The casement here refers to the small windows in the huts, and one by one all the windows catch the beam. That is, the silver rays of moonlight fall upon the windows. And in the next line we are told that these windows which lie beneath the thatch or below the thatch and seems to be silver in color. Now thatch here means the roof of the huts made of grass and leaves. But why the thatch appears to be silvery? Simply because the silver light of the moon. So again and again the poet wishes to to convey the beautiful appearance or the beautiful how the silver light or the moonlight is making everything look silvery in color. The effect, the visible effect of the moonlight is shown to us. Couched in his kennel like a log, with paws of silver sleeps the dog. Now in these lines, the poet is comparing the dog to a log. Now you know, a log is a piece of wood. So like a log, the dog is motionless and is lying down comfortably without any movement. Now, the word couched means to lay down. The dog is sleeping comfortably in its kennel. Kennel means small shelter. The dog's body is partly outside the kennel, and the moonlight falling upon the dog's paws makes it appear silver in color. Again, the poet is trying to highlight the visible effects of moonlight. The poet says that not only inanimate things but also the living ones look silvery in appearance. The poet tries to convey the thought that each and everything, whether it is living or non-living, everything is looking silvery in color because of the moonlight or the silver light of the moon falling on everything, making them look silver in color. Now let us discuss the figure of speeches here. In the first two lines, as I told you, in the first line the moon is personified as a lady. So obviously the figure of speech is personification. Then alliteration is also there. As you can see in the very first line, the letter S is repeated slowly, silently. Letter S is repeated for the poetic effect. In the second way, this way and that, she peers and sees silver fruit upon silver trees. Now again here, she peers. Now peering is the means to look upon or to see, or to look upon or to see is the quality of human beings, which is being attributed to moon here. So again, the figure of speech is personification. As all of you know, personification is the figure of speech whereby inanimate objects or ideas are attributed human qualities. So here peering means to look or to see is a human quality, but here it is attributed to moon. That is why personification. Silver fruit upon silver trees. Simple, the figure of speech is repetition, as the word silver is repeated. Then, couched in his kennel like a log with paws of silver sleeps the dog. Now the dog is compared to log. Couched in his kennel like a log. Like a log means the dog is compared to log with respect to motion, as a log is motionless. Similarly, the dog is also lying without any movement. The figure of speech is simile. And alliteration. In the next line, alliteration. With paws of silver sleeps the dog. The sound of letter S is again repeated for poetic effect. So in these last two lines, the figure of speech is simile in the first one and alliteration in the second. Let's move on to the next slide. From their shadowy coat, the white breasts peep, of doves in silver feathered sleep. Now in these lines, the poet says that the doves, that is the small birds, that are comfortably sitting in their nest. The coat, the word coat here means shelter for birds. You can say the nest. So these small doves or birds are comfortably sitting in their nest, and occasionally when the birds try to peep outside the nest or look outside the nest, the moonlight falls upon the breasts, and it too seems to be silver in color or white in color. And that is why the poet says, of doves in silver feathered sleep. That is due to the moonlight falling upon bird, the feathers appear to be silver in color, and hence the silver feathered bird sleeps comfortably in the shelter. Now here the coat is shadowy, while the doves are white and silvery. Now this is because the moon's silvery light makes the coat where the dove lives shadowy. Now again, the figure of speech here. From their shadowy coat, the white breast peep. As you can see, the figure of speech here is inversion. Inversion means when the proper order of the words is not followed in a sentence. The actual sentence should be the white breast peep from their shadowy coat. So here the poets purposely write in such a way to give the poetic effect. So the figure of speech is inversion. A harvest mouse goes scampering by with silver claws and silver eye. Now, hearing these lines, the poet refers to the season of harvest, and in the fields, the mouse is scampering by. Now, scampering means the movement of mouse, how it jumps while moving. And it is moving here and there in search of leftover grains. And because of the moonlight falling upon the mouse, its claws and eyes appear to be silver in color. And that is why the poet says, with silver claws and silver eyes. Means the claws and the eyes of the mouse appear to be silver in color on it. Again, the visible effects of the moonlight. The figure of speech is alliteration as well as repetition. The sound of letter S is repeated and the word silver is repeated. And moveless fish in the water gleam by silver reeds in a silver stream. Now in these final lines of the poem, the poet describes the fish to be moveless, that is motionless, without any movement. So the fish is moveless, not moving, and gleaming, that is shining brightly as the silver moonlight falls upon it. Not only the fish, but also the stream and the reeds. Reeds here means a type of plant that grows near water bodies. So not only fish, but also the stream and the reeds appear silver in color by silvery reeds in a silvery stream. Again, the figure of speech is repetition. The word silver is repeated in the final lines. So we can say the poem Silver appreciates the beauty of moon and the visible effects of moonlight. The moon gives everything a silvery look, making everything, whether inanimate or animate, look silver in color. And with this we come to an end of this beautiful poem. Hope you all have enjoyed and yes, if you're visiting the channel for first time, please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so as to get the latest notification. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.